So we will start off lying on our backs today. And when you lie down on your back, you can take up lots of space. So like rolling the wrists and ankles around and the head and neck around. And finding a place that feels comfortable. And if that looks like supporting yourself with any blankets or blocks or anything like that, feel free to take what you need. As you're settling in, go ahead and take a big breath into the nose and a big breath out through the mouth. Do that again. Breathe in. Sip in a little more air. Breathe out. One more round. Breathe in. Sip in a little more air. Pause. Open your mouth, let it go. And settle in. Take a moment and scan your body from head to heel and notice how it feels. And tuning into the bones, the muscles, the tendons. Noticing how the body feels in this moment. And scan your breath. Observe the inhale and the exhale. Where the breath comes easy and where it struggles. And scan your thoughts. Notice what's rolling or scrolling through your mind. And noticing the quantity of your thoughts, but also the quality. And then come back to breath. And if you would like, you can place a hand on the heart and hand on the belly and really feel the movement of breath inside the body. The rise and fall of the belly and chest. And allow your breath to smooth out, to soften. Allow the breath to become almost effortless. We can all admit there's a lot happening in the world. There's a lot of confusion and news and thoughts and ways that can pull and push you in all directions. Things may feel scary, uncertain, unclear. A beautiful quote in times of uncertainty is, when no future can be seen, all one can do is the next right thing. The next right breath, the next right step, the next right conversation. And go ahead and take another big breath in. Big breath out. And stretch your hands and feet in opposite directions. Roll the wrists and ankles around in one direction and the other. And curl everything into a little ball. Rock side to side. Begin to rock forward and back. And let every vertebrae touch the floor. Get a little bigger in the movements and rock up into a seat. Sukhasana, cross one shin in front of the other. You can always elevate your hips on a pillow, block, or bolster. As you breathe in, stretch both arms to the side, reach up, touch the sky. And exhale, draw everything back into center, hands to the heart. 2 more. Breathe in, sweep the side walls, stretch up, grow longer, taller in the spine. And exhale, pull everything back to center. 1 more round. And at the top of the inhale, pause and reach up taller, stretch higher. And exhale, hands to prayer and heart center. Take a moment and pause, gaze down or eyes slightly closed. Breathe so big you feel the fullness of the heart expanding forward, back, side to side, infinitely in all directions. And switch the cross in your legs, stay in the seat. Next inhale, stretch both arms up towards the ceiling, stretch a little taller. And then exhale, twist to your right. Keep the length in the spine, crown of the head reaching up. Squeeze belly towards the center and twist deeper. Inhale. Exhale, retwist in the opposite direction, windmill the arms. Stay long and tall in the spine. Open the heart more to the left. Untwist. Extend both arms up to the sky and bring the thumbs and fingers to touch. Make little bird hands. And they're curious birds, so let them start to look side to side. And they can start to look up, down, and all around. And they may start to chirp. And let that go. Make your way into a tabletop. Face whatever direction feels good to you. Spread your hands wide apart on the mat, giving yourself extra space. And then start to flow. It can look formally like cat and cow. It can look informally like whatever you need it to. Keep breathing fully. Notice whatever you notice in your body, in the breath, in the mind. A few more rounds of breath. Use them to create balance and symmetry. Neutral tabletop. Extend your right heel towards the back of the room and extend your left elbow towards the ear, spinal balance. And breathe in, lift your right heel, left thumb higher. Exhale, cheetah, draw the knee and elbow towards center. Inhale, extend. Exhale, cheetah, curl in a little more. Last round, inhale. Exhale, curl in, pause here. And you can use your left hand on your right knee and curl in a little more. Spinal balance. Place your left hand down and extend your right foot to the left side of the mat. Send the ball of the foot into the floor. Press through the heel. Tabletop. Swish your hips and heart side to side. Spinal balance, opposite side. Extend your left heel back, right hand forward. Breathe in, lift everything higher. Exhale, cheetah, curl it in. Twice more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, together. Inhale. Exhale, pause here. You can use the right hand to draw the left knee a little closer towards the nose. Spinal balance. And take that side body stretch. Extend the left heel towards the right side of the mat. And I like to drop down to my forearms. It gives me a little more ability to press through the left heel. Tabletop. Swish your hips and heart. Neutral tabletop. And bring the hands and knees a little wider apart, like shoulders distance for everything. Inhale, stay here. Exhale, child's pose. Slowly sink your hips to your heels, melt your heart to the floor. Inhale, come forward, tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. The legs stay wide. And keep flowing. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, child. Smooth it out. Slow it down. Continue to move at your own pace between these three shapes. Giving yourself time to notice, to feel. One more round. And take a pause in child's pose. And you can bring your knees wider apart, toes together, or keep the shins parallel. Settle your hips closer to the floor as you crawl your fingertips forward. Crawl your fingertips more forward and over to your left. They can come off the mat. Nice. Breathe long through the right side body. Child's pose. Cleansing breath. Crawl your fingertips forward and over to your right. They can come off the mat. Breathe into the left side. Child's pose. Downward facing dog. Take some time to move, breathe, and feel here. Walk it out. Shift your hips and heels side to side. Move in whatever way is calling to you. Stay in full presence of what's happening. You may notice pops or creaks or openings or closings within your body, and stay present for it all. Try not to just gravitate and love on the good things. Be with the uncertainties as well. Pause in down dog. And soften your kneecaps, bend them a lot. Press the belly closer to the thighs. Get really long through the spine. And then if you can, straighten the legs, drive the heels to the floor. Forward fold. And wherever you need to come today is great. I'm going to go to the back of my mat, forward, back, middle, whatever works. And walk your feet to the outside edges of your mat. Pinky toes line up. Interlace your hands in the opposite elbows. Find movement, ease as you sway forward, back, side to side. Yeah, there you go. Soften the back of the head and neck. Release your binds. Walk your feet off of the mat and prepare to twist. So you can use a block or whatever you've got under your right hand. Bend the right knee and open up to the left. Think about turning the belly, the heart, the gaze all the way up towards the ceiling. Switch sides. Bend your left knee. Place your left hand. Open up to the right. Forward fold. Place your hands under your shoulders. Spread the fingertips wide apart. Inhale. Exhale. Hop the big toes to touch in the center. Nice. Halfway lift. Slide the hands up to the thighs. Press the hands into the thighs and the crown of the head away. One more inhale. Exhale, fold forward, melt the belly. Inhale, Tadasana. Exhale, hands to heart center. Create a little space, thumbs to the heart, heart to the thumbs, pull the shoulders down the back. Breathe big. Inhale, Tadasana, stretch both arms to the sky. Exhale, fold forward, melt the belly to the thighs like a waterfall of honey. Inhale, halfway lift, find your strength. Exhale, soften and fold, melt. Inhale, Tadasana, press through the feet, grow longer, taller, maybe a little back bend behind the heart. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, fold. Tadasana. And continue to flow through these super simple half sun A's, one breath per movement, filling up and emptying out. And if for whatever reason you go to some other shapes or feel called to hang out a little longer, you can. These next few breaths are for you. One more round. Slow it down. Give yourself time. Pause in a standing shape. Grow a little longer, taller in the spine. Press through the feet, stretch both arms up towards the sky, and grab onto your right wrist with your left hand, and pull over to the left side. Press down through the toes and jut your right hip out a little more, lean into it. Gaze up towards the sky, and breathe into this maybe slightly uncomfortable shape. Getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. Jut the hip out a little more. Whoa, and come back to center. You can find a little movement in the hips and the shoulders. Just pause for a moment and notice. Right versus left. Which feels a little more open, a little more spacious, or fun to hang out with. We'll switch sides. Stretch both arms up. Grab your left wrist, pull it over to your right side. Ground through your toes, lean and look up. Keep breathing. Stretch your capacity to breathe and lean in a little more. Ooh, release. Notice right versus left. And wherever you are, step back to the top of your mat. Tadasana, stretch your arms to the sky. Forward fold. Halfway lift. High plank. So pause for a moment in this push-up position. And you can bring your feet a little wider if that gives you more stability. You can always drop to the knees or forearms. Squeeze your low belly in towards the spine and extend the crown of the head forward. Find strength and stability here. Notice the bones, the muscles, the tendons keeping you supported. Notice your breath that nourishes you, and any thoughts that may flash in is important. One more inhale. Exhale, lower to the floor. Cobra or Sphinx, and we'll take a few breaths in this first little back bend of the practice, and you can take it dynamically. Listen to your body. One more inhale. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. Let it go. 2 more in this shape. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Right foot, 3-point. Take some movements in your right foot, ankle, and knee. You can move it around, fire hydrant style. Right foot, 3-point. Low lunge. Purposely place your right foot forward and drop to the back knee. You can use what you got to bring the floor closer to you. And find some shifts forward and back, low lunge, half splits. And it may be useful to walk your hands or props forward and back. And pause in a low lunge. Place your hands on your right thigh and push your belly away. Drop your hips as you stretch your fingertips towards the ceiling. Find a little flow here. Inhale, straighten the right leg, reach up, grow longer. Exhale, rebend the right knee, goalpost the arms, lift the heart to the sky. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend and open. Last round, in and out. Pause here. And draw the right hip back. Find more length in the spine and open up more across the chest. Breathe. Half splits. And we've got about 10 or so breaths here. So if sliding down into full splits or somewhere in between is calling to you, you've got time. Make sure you're breathing. Pushing yourself beyond your capacity isn't serving anyone, least of all yourself. Taking right steps and right actions requires taking care of oneself. Three more breaths. Take what you need. Move slow. Coming out of this shape. Tabletop. Circle your hips. Maybe a child's pose feels good. Downward facing dog when you're ready. Once more, noticing right versus left. Realizing it takes a little practice, a little effort sometimes to stretch ourselves to open up more. Left leg, 3-point. Find movement here. Roll your foot, ankle, knee around in whatever direction is working. Low lunge, left side. Drop your right knee down for support. Give yourself a moment to settle the hips in towards the earth. And start to move and flow with breath. Low lunge, half splits. Walk it forward and back. Pause in your low lunge. Slide your hands up to your left thigh. Lift your heart away. Stretch your fingertips towards the ceiling. Move with breath. Inhale, straighten the left leg, grow longer through the sides. Exhale, rebend the knee, goalpost the arms, lift the heart. 2 more. Inhale. Pause for a moment. Create space across the front of the chest. Arms can come out wider to give you more opportunity. Half splits, splits prep. Full splits. Use your 10 breaths to take what you need. Right away, know your sides are going to be different. And that's pretty cool. Three more breaths. Breathe as you release. Move as you need to. Downward facing dog. Right foot 3-point. 1 cheetah, draw your knees straight through center and pause. Press through the palms, hug the knee in closer towards the nose, millimeters count. Warrior 1. Spin your back foot down for support as you square your hips forward. Drop your hips as you lift your heart. Interlace your hands behind your back, send your knuckles towards the left knee. Pause for a moment here, lift the heart and look up. Humble warrior. Drop your right shoulder inside of your right knee and the crown of the head towards the floor. Sink the hips a little lower. Warrior 1. Warrior 2. Peaceful warrior. Pause for a moment here. Continue to sink the hips low as you stretch the right arm back. Breathe into the right shoulder blade. Side angle. This can be modified with the right forearm down or hand to the floor. And for today's version, stretch your left elbow over your ear so you get really, really long through the left side from pinky toe to pinky finger. Breathe in, stretch a little more through the left. Breathe out, bend your elbow, pull it next to your hip, and look up towards the sky. Do that again. Inhale, stretch, and you can look down at the right big toe. Exhale, peel and open. Last round. Inhale. Exhale. Stay here. Sink the hips a little lower. Open up more across the heart. Downward facing dog. You can step, you can flow. However you get there is perfect. Breathe in. Let it go. Left leg 3-point. 1 cheetah, draw it straight through center. Press down, hug in more. Warrior 1. Interlace your hands behind your back and see if you can get the opposite thumb on top. Hips sink lower, heart lifts higher. Humble warrior. And invite in that sense of humbleness into this shape. That sense of maybe you don't always know exactly what we're supposed to do, but we can still take a step in the right direction. It requires humbleness and getting the ego, the I, the wanting out of the way. Warrior 1. Warrior 2. I'm going to turn so I can see you. Drop the hips a little lower. Peaceful warrior. Pause and breathe into the left shoulder blades, sink into the hips. Side angle. Activate the right toes, lengthen through the right side. Inhale, stretch more. Exhale, bend the elbow, look up towards the sky. 2 more, inhale. Exhale, gaze follows the hand. Last round, in and out. Pause for a moment. Take that space in the heart, look up, lean back. Downward facing dog. Step or flow. Breathe in. Let it go. Right foot to the sky, 3-point. Cheetah, draw the knees straight through center. And we'll find stork pose. Purposely plant the right foot between the hands. Lift up through the heart, pull the left kneecap straight up towards the sky. Flex through both feet, lift up longer, taller. And float it back, airplane. Left foot is still active. Stamp the back wall, palms down, catch a little air, up dog in the chest. Crescent lunge. Slowly, slowly, slowly step it back. Keep the length leaning forward and then lift the heart. Press down, lift up, grow longer, taller in the spine. And then exhale, rebend the knee, goalpost the arms, bring the left kneecap to hover. 2 more, inhale, press down, lift up. Exhale, bend and open. Last round, in and out. Pause here in this slightly awkward shape. Left kneecap's hovering. Option to lift the right heel, make it even more awkward. Open up across the heart. Be here now. Inhale. Exhale, crescent lunge. Press down, lift up, grow longer, taller. Intense leg stretch. Fold forward over your right leg, hop your left foot up and out. And place your feet like they're on railroad tracks. You can place your hands on your props, or the floor or shin. And find a bit of a halfway lift. Draw your right hip back, send the head forward. Exhale, fold. Go a little deeper. And deeper can be like a millimeter, and that's like a bajillion cells, and that's a really big deal, so give yourself credit. And find that halfway lift again. Keep the fingertips down, crawling forward. Lean forward, standing splits. Lift your left toes highest to the sky. Drop your nose towards your shin. And if your standing splits and airplane pose look pretty similar, that's okay. You can also play with a supreme balance where you wrap your right arm around your right shin and left arm goes around the shin as well. And let that go, forward fold. Find a little softness in the knees. Tadasana, wrap your peace sign fingers around your big toes. And soften your belly to your thighs. If you still need a little hip wiggle here to release, take that on. We've got one more side. Release your binds. Find your way into downward facing dog. Left leg, 3-point. 1 cheetah. Stork pose, plant the foot with purpose, rise up. Notice the wobbles and stay in it. Flex through the feet, lift the heart. Swing it back, airplane. Right foot is just as active, stamping into the front. Back wall, lift the heart, catch some air. Crescent. Slow it down. Keep the length in the spine. We've been working. Beautiful. Find this flow. Inhale, press down, lift up. Exhale, bend everything, sink it down to the floor. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last round. Pause for a moment here. Right kneecap hovers. Left heel can hover. Open up across the chest. Be expansive within this uncertainty. Crescent lunge. Straighten up one more time. Intense leg stretch. Fold over the left leg. Place the feet on railroad tracks, hopping the right foot up as needed. Bring the floor closer to you. Find that halfway lift. Draw your left hip back, send your head forward. And exhale, soften and fold. Go a little deeper. Standing splits. Crawl the hands forward. Send the weight into the left leg as you lift the right toes. Play with supreme balance or whatever you've got. Forward fold. Gorilla. Bend your knees a lot. Stand on your hands. You can lift the heels and kind of dig around in the fleshy part. You may or may not enjoy that. And then relax. Soften the knees, soften the crown of the head. Soften the breath. Downward facing dog. However you get there is perfect. Take 3 big breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. And then drop down to your knees, tabletop. And come to kneeling. We're going to play with 2 camel poses, Ustrasana. There's a few different options. You're welcome to try on half camel. If you've got some back stuff, I would recommend half camel, where you step the right foot forward and my knees are right 90 degrees. Full camel, you can keep the tops of the feet down or tuck the toes. However you're doing it, I'll demo half camel this side. I like to bring my hands into light little fists and push them into that low back where it needs the most support. And then if you remember a thigh master, some of you may not, you'll start to pull the elbows towards center in that same manner. Send the hips forward and then open up to the heart. Still supporting the low back. Keep the broad knee across the chest. Then slowly come up. Virasana heroes, knees together, feet wide, and you can always sit the hips on whatever you want. Camel number 2. If you took half camel, go for the left side. If you took full camel, you can take a different version if you want, feet down, feet up. Again, hands support the low back. Send the hip bones forward. Lean back. And this time, if you have the space, you can maybe reach back for one heel or then the other. Still sending the hips forward, opening up across the heart. Support the lower back. Come on out. You can even give it like a little mini massage with your hands. Heroes. If you have the space, you can start to bring the arms back. Maybe all the way down to the floor. Downward facing dog. Take 3 more big breaths here. Breathing into the side lungs, the front, the back lungs. Come forward, high plank. Pause for a moment, breathe here, find space across the heart, strength in the belly, fullness in the breath. Then lower all the way down to the floor. Rest your right ear down. Can settle your hips in a little further. Switch ears. Breathe. Place both hands on the low back, one on top of the other, it doesn't matter which. And look straight ahead. As you inhale, lift just your heart. Exhale, lift your feet too. Inhale, lift everything higher, strengthen the back. And exhale, drop to the floor. 2 more. Inhale, heart. Exhale, feet. Inhale, lift higher. Exhale, lower. Last one on your own. Inhale. Place both palms down, forehead on the backs of your hands as you rock your hips side to side. We'll come into a half restorative frog. So bend your right knee, right elbow 90 degrees, and you'll still be on the floor. So it kind of looks like this with your left ear down. This is the best way to show this for you all. This way. Yeah, it's a really simple, easy pose. Meaning there's not a lot to effort or to do. Which we mean it's a really challenging pose for your mind to remain present in. And then as your mind starts to wander to thoughts, list making, grocery shopping, your only job is to notice when that happens, is to bring it right back to breath, to presence. We're so used to running, to numbing, to busying ourselves and not being truly aware. Let this slow down time be a gift. You can create a twist and rest the opposite ear down, looking away from the right hand. A little twist in the neck. Sphinx pose. Bring your forearms to the floor. Slide back a little more. There we go. Elbows will be slightly in front of the shoulders. And then lift your right hand. Crawl it under your left arm. And you can stay here in this like half Sphinx, half right shoulder opener. Or you can crawl the front hand forward, side arm more to the side and drop on down. Final option is to bring your left hand next to your left hip and keep dropping your chest and heart center to the earth. Unpretzel your arm. Place both hands down on the floor. Rock the hips and heart side to side. Sphinx pose. This time, lift your left hand. Spider crawl it under your right. Stay here in this hybrid or start to drop on down. Hand
right hand forward or can come back.
And your sides will feel different. Breathe into this uncertainty, this asymmetry, this slight different in perspective. Unpretzel your arms. Rock everything side to side. And flip on over onto your back. You can draw your knees into your chest. Draw little circles in one direction and the other. Settle your back into the floor. Place both feet down and place your palms next to the hips. Wiggle the fingertips and toes and ground. We're going to slowly move into a bridge pose, but don't go to your biggest, fullest heart opener expression. We're going to slowly move into this. So start by pressing into the palms, into the feet, and lift your hips like just a little bit off the ground. And find like kind of like a little rocking motion, right? Like a little rocking ship, or a really horrible nursery rhyme about a baby in a tree, right? But then press into the feet a little more and lift a little higher. So we're still not to our fullest expression, but keep the grounding in the feet, keep the glutes soft, and start to squeeze the belly in towards the spine. And then lift a little more. We're still not into the heart yet. We're just flattening from knee to rib. Lift your hips a little higher, then keep pressing. If it feels safe, come into the full heart opener. Ground down through the feet from a strong foundation. Now lift up more. Check in with your glutes. Soften your muscles. And lower all the way down to the floor. Let your knees fall to touch. Feet walk wider apart. Send your arms out wide like a T. And then give yourself a big bear hug. Cross your right arm over, left arm under. Your hands fall heavy to the floor. And breathe into the space behind your heart, creating space, awareness, softness in between the shoulder blades. Switch sides, extend your arms wide, inhale. Exhale, cross left arm over, right arm under. Breathe into the space behind the heart. Inversion. This can look like happy baby, hips on a block. If you have a wall, you can always do feet up a wall. And if you're wanting shoulder stand, you can come into that if it's safely in your practice. And sometimes the world feels upside down and we don't know which direction to go. We can still trust the advice of our wise troll friends from Frozen 2. I know that taking just one step, one move in the right direction is enough. Slowly start to roll out one vertebrae at a time. Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, knees wide. Place a hand on the heart and belly. Final twist. Drop your knees to your left, and you can intensify it by bringing the knees a little closer to the heart. Press the shoulder blades into the floor. Keep the openness across the chest and look right. If you are breathing fully, you're in a good place. If your breath feels shortened or more challenging, back out. Untwist. Cleansing breath. Retwist. Drop your knees right. Open up left. Untwist. Give yourself one more squeeze. Hug your arms around your shins, nose in towards your knees. Take a moment of gratitude for your body, your breath, your mind, and all of its amazing abilities. And slowly work your way or melt your way into a shape of final rest. If there's any other shapes you need to feel complete, take those now. And the Bhagavad Gita, super old yogic text, has a similar sentiment. It says that no action on this path is ever wasted. No good deed is ever undone. And then showing up for others, yoga, compassion is a skill in action, meaning it takes practice. When one can see no future, all one can do is the next right thing. One more breath in. Let it go. Shavasana. Rest. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. And in your own mind, draw a line around the outer edges of your body, intuiting your height and your width. And feel the heaviness of your body pressing down into the earth. And supportiveness of the earth pressing back up into your body. Wiggle your fingertips and toe tips. Rotate your wrists and ankles, arms and legs. Take a full body stretch. In your own way and time, come to a seat. Bring your palms to touch like prayer and lift your heart to your thumb knuckles. Turn your eyes down or close them softly. Breathe in and out. We'll seal this time together with one Om. You're welcome to join me in making the sound, or you can listen. Breathe in. My light sees and honors your light. Namaste.